You're
So-
right about that.
We're gathered here in the Sunday salon. It's a beautiful summer morning. We're glad you're here in the salon and on Zoom. And if you're new to Unity, we welcome you. We would have a packet for you today. But I see that we're all old friends in here now, so we're good. Boy, the salon was hopping Thursday night with oneness energy. It was so good to see it so full. We had about 20 people.
Wow.
And Rebecca Martinez came from San Diego, and she had an amazing, she was a little bitty Mexican-American woman. Boy, she had as much energy as you do. So you know that's a lot. And so it was really good to see the oneness group come back together, because it's been, I don't think we've done anything since before COVID. So that was wonderful, and bring them back into Unity. And they enjoyed our arrangement in here. We had fun. You were there, Deborah. So, but we also have Susan Julie Gonzalez with us today.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad that she always brings good energy and lots of love. And she'll be sharing more about oneness and divine connectiveness. So this month we're looking at movie and metaphysics, and so Susan's brought a good movie to us, The Moses Code. And before, we say this a lot, before COVID, we had a movie night, and we met down at Ann's place, and we often watch those documentaries like The Moses Code. The Moses Code has like, Mary Morrissey was in it, Neil Donald Walsh, so many people, and Michael Beckwith was in it, yes. And so it's one where they're all talking about something, but what they're relating it to, this whole movie is around the story of Moses and the burning bush. And as you know, he went to saw the burning bush, and what he heard was, "I am that I am." And you know, I often say that like the Popeye thing, I am what I am that I am. But they said, wait, put a comma in it. I am that I am. And they did that throughout the movie, and I really started thinking about it, because it's just, you know, if you go out and you think, whether it's something of beauty, something that's, you know, not so much to your liking, but I am that, I am. We are, you know, in other words, we see that we're all from the same source and substance. So I really recommend the movie. It's on Amazon.com for $2.99, or it's free if you have a membership with Gaia, and then you get it on YouTube. Right?
YouTube, it's free. You don't have to have a membership.
Oh, okay. So there you go.
Yeah, it's well worth the watch.
And then you're going to talk more about it, so I'm not trying to steal your
No,
thunder.
I'm going to talk. Yeah, I'm just bringing in a couple pieces from that. So please.
Okay.
I'm like, it's so rich.
It is rich, because I know Dave likes to take notes. I mean, eventually I said, oh, I gotta write this down. I gotta write this down. So anyway, y'all will enjoy it if you want to go get it. But you know, I am that I am. That in Unity we claim that we are fully human and fully divine. And so let's start with our opening statement. Together, there is only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe. God, the good, the omnipotent. That's a wonderful claim. And I'm going to add on another part of that we used to say every Sunday, the statement of being, because it really goes with that. I am that I am. So let's say this together. Together, I am an individualized expression of God. I am everyone with His perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. Breathe that in. I love that. So I am that I am. Now, of course, Oh, I had to bring this back up. This is from Russ last week. We had a good time with this, but I think this is a really fun way to say exactly what we just said. You are the universe pretending to be a bird. I'm an individualized expression of God. Be it bird, meaning, whatever it is, we are the expression of God, the creation. So, and of course it goes with prayer to me. These are the 5 movements of prayer and unity, the affirmative prayer. And you can see in the middle of it is I am that, I am. So we say, well, we open our hearts and we expand to God is. We see that. And then I am that, I am. And then the comma, I am, is, well, now I realize it. And now I can and I know. And of course, I appreciate. And it is done. So, now, one thing I did put on your tables, and I can get more copies, is every month, Silent Unity puts out a prayer service. And they used to do this in little folders, little trifolds, I remember. And I always would love to get those when I was here with like Garnet and Doug Quimby. But now it's online. So I'm going to kind of use that as a template for an opening prayer this morning. But I wanted you to see it because the words are just beautiful. And just have it by your side or somewhere convenient and pray with it. It's a really beautiful prayer. So let us have a moment of prayer. I open to this welcoming space. I open to this beautiful morning. Each breath flowing in and flowing out settles my mind into the rhythm of divine life. God is the peace in my breath and in my life. Whenever I notice the thoughts that disturb my mind, I breathe into peace. I open to peace, peace, peace. In all circumstances, I heal knowing I am whole. I am that. I am. I am one with divine life, the truth of wholeness. That is the truth. As I realize wholeness, I fully live into vitality and strength and well-being. In the harmony of divine love, I bless all my relationships. Let me access the power of divine love, its magnificent capacity for harmony and compassion, encouragement and connectiveness. I acknowledge God is love. I am love. I am that. I am. Freely I give and freely I receive in divine abundance. God is my abundant source and inner resource for all that I have and all that I give. And I joyfully share in a spirit of generosity. I joyfully receive in a spirit of fulfillment. All that flows from me and to me is a gift and a blessing. All that comes and goes, all of it. In spirit of peace, I seek to understand and appreciate others. I catch myself if I make an enemy image. I remember love. I remember who I am, who they are. I am that. I am. I see you fully whole. A cultivate a spiritual understanding. I am more open-hearted and open-minded. Each day, I open wide. Ooh, we have expanded in prayer in this spiral. And now I open wide the doors of my heart so that I might live in peace with all people. I am one with, and now demonstrate loving kindness and peace. I am that I am. And I am grateful for this beautiful pause in prayer. Feeling the energy of that spiral as we all open. Creating love and peace. And so it is. This morning I found a beautiful song. James Twyman was the main narrator in the Moses Code. And he sang this beautiful song in it. Not the song I'm going to play, but it was called The One, and it was a song for his wife, who was actually murdered in Chicago while he was out of town. It was a really sad story, but he wrote a beautiful song for her. So I said, well, what else has he done? So I went, and I always loved to search for music. And he put to music many of the famous prayers. And one of them was the prayer of St. Francis. And I'm praying that the buffering is over and we're going to be able to share this.
Wow, was that powerful, Jeannie? That prayer was so powerful. We could have gone into meditation for a little while on that, and then with that song into another meditation.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you. I was really jazzed that Travis sent out when he sent out the newsletter, he also sent out a little snippet of connective tissue. I don't know if you had the opportunity to read that or not, but I thought that was great that he shared that. And for those of you that didn't see it, my talk today is Divine Connectiveness. And I didn't realize, I had no idea whether that was a real word or not, but it just sounded good when Jeannie and I talked about it 2 months ago, right?
You wanted it.
So connective tissue is found everywhere in the body. It's the fat fibers, the tissues of the ligaments, the cartilage, bone tissue. It's our blood. It's everywhere, right? The body temple. So within, so without. And the word connectiveness, I did look it up, and it's a newly coined word. So it hasn't been around for a long time.
Okay.
And it refers to the quality and quantity of a person's connectedness, how they're connected to each other, their connections to others, whether it's personal or online. And I thought that was interesting when I found that little piece. And interesting in the theme of the I am. And I didn't realize how powerful that movie was. This is the third time that I've actually watched it. I saw it when it first came out. We watched it as a community at East Bay Church, and also in Hot Springs, and then today. And I really encourage you to take a look at that. That movie. The I am. That I am that I am. The name of God, right? Moses,
Yeah.
That was the name of God. And one of the most powerful biblical quotes for me when I started studying the Bible with science of mind. I had already been in Catholicism my whole life. I had gone through a traditional church where we did do Bible study, but I had never seen or really looked at the quote, and God said, "Let us create man in our image and likeness." So breathe that in, that we are created in the image and likeness of God. And that's true for all of us. That's true for all of life.
The old life, yeah.
All of life, right? God created, it's all created out of itself, out of all of life. Everything that we see. And I love this is my new study. It's the Bible Mystery and Bible Meaning, Thomas Troward. I had been doing the Edinburgh lectures and the Door lectures, and now I've moved on to this book. And this is very powerful. And one of the things that Thomas Troward said was that one of the greatest sins that befall man is that we don't realize that we're created in the image and likeness of God. One of the pieces that he brought there was that the theologians, when they were transcribing into English the words of Jesus, I am the truth. And they added he in there. I am he. But that was just because they thought it needed a predicate in there. And so they added that. That was an addition. Jesus said, I am. Moses said, I am that I am. I am. I am. What powerful word. What words are those? I am. And as I was putting this together, I was thinking of my granddaughter, and she was introducing me to her cousin on her dad's side of the family. She says, I am her granddaughter. You know, she didn't say, this is my Letha. I am her granddaughter. And how we use that word, I am. I am. And so just for a quick moment, I'd like you to just put your hand on your chest and close your eyes and know, I am. I am that. I am. And breathe that in. Breathe that in. I am that I am. And take a deep breath. And exhale. And open your eyes. So as we use this word, I am, one of the things that happens is that we manifest the I amness of the words that we're choosing to use. And so in the Moses Code, Ivana
Vincent,
yeah. She talked about manifestation and manna, that in manifestation it's manna. So I broke that down. Manifestation, manna, a supernatural force believed to dwell in a person or sacred object. Ooh, I just got God bumps. Say it again. A supernatural force believed to dwell in a person or a sacred object. Ooh, that's surging. Manifest, okay? So, and then fest is a meeting or an event which emphasizes on a particular activity. So if we think about I am, we're manifesting that particular activity. The manna from which we're speaking, our word, the word, first came the word, right? The word dwelt among us. Yeah.
The word, what is the word?
The word. And so producing, so we're producing our word. So this was another, I was just thought, ooh, producing. Let me look that one up. So I broke that out, pro and douce is how it's pronounced, and that's when it's not put together. And so pro, we're professional at it. We're claiming something. We're pro this or we're pro that, right? So we're producing our word, and douce is commanding, a commander or chief. So we're the commander-in-chief, the professional commander-in-chief of our word.
Wow.
Wow, right? We're the professional. Yeah, we're the professional commander-in-chief of our word, manifesting that thing that we're experiencing.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Always.
Yeah, right? Yeah. And it was interesting. I was at boxing, and I was kind of like working with this producing word, and I was sharing it with my trainer. And he's like, "Did you come up with that? Did you come up with that yourself?" And it's just like, no, I didn't come up with it myself, but I came up with it in putting it together in this way, right? Because you take that's one of the things that Troward said about the Bible. The Bible is saying the same thing over and over and over and over again, no matter which book we're looking at in the Bible. It's showing man where human, where they are in their limitations and their relationship to God. And
we're fully human and fully divine.
Yes. And so that was just mind-blowing for me, just when I put it all together for myself. And so one of the pieces that I think is really important is that we become so accustomed to speaking the word for ourselves and for those around us in a way that does not behoove our true nature, the connectiveness of who we are. When I speak my word, and I'm speaking my word in kindness, or I'm having a moment where I'm not so kind, that vibrational tone is moving in my body first, whatever it may be. It is moving in my body, and it is manifesting in my body temple and manifesting that thing that will appear in my life. And so how do we get out of that? So knowing that we're created in the image and likeness of God, we come from God. I love this piece. I recently read I think it's a prayer, the ladder to prayer. And there's a piece in there by a quote by Ignacio of Loyola. And he said, I come from God, I belong to God, and I return to God. And so I come from God. I am created in the image and likeness of God. We are all created in the image and likeness of God. So I am coming to this place as the image and likeness of God. And each and every one of us belongs to God, to the divine, to that creative essence, whatever name you want to call it. It doesn't care. It doesn't judge us, right? We judge ourselves. Right? And so what happens? How do we get out of that?
But Susan, we are God.
Yes.
It is this one substance.
Yes.
And so from God, because we're all in it.
Yes.
In the oneness.
Yes.
Wow.
But we have to bring ourselves, sometimes, Jeannie, there's not that acknowledgement. There's, like, we look at ourselves and we're all sitting here as units, right? But even if we look at ourselves as units, we're dividing ourselves by the body temple, by the skin.
We're so separate. Yeah.
But in reality and truth, this thing that we don't see, the substance that we're in.
You mean the connective tissue?
The connective tissue. The connective tissue. Thank you, Dee. Yes, the connective tissue. That thing right? The divine connectiveness.
Yeah.
That thing that is connecting us all together. So as we're speaking, I got sidetracked on the I am-ness of it. Pull me back, Jeannie. Pull me back. So in that divine connectiveness, right? It's in all, through all, as all. Right, so as we're speaking our word and manifesting, we're bringing that energy, that vibration to us. or we're moving to it, right? So so one of the biggest things that I think is important is how do we move away from that stuff, those words that we have been using in manifesting our experiences. And so I'll share with you an exercise that I've been doing. I've been using that I come from God, I belong to God. And so whatever that thing is, so let's say judgment. And what does judgment create? Separation. And so I've been using my hands. I let go of judgment. I let go of my need for separation. I belong to God. I return to God. I accept. I am accepting. I am. I am. I am that I am. And that is one tool that I've been using to help let go of that thing that I no longer want to experience. And Thomas Trower talks about how do we let go of that thing, is that we have to claim something bigger than that for ourselves.
Yeah.
Right? What am I going to claim in place of judgment? I'm going to claim acceptance. And we can't use tolerance, because tolerance has a thing where there's still an edge to that word, right? There's like, oh, well, we just need to tolerate that. No. Jesus didn't say tolerate. Love. 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 And I love, there was a piece in there that I was reading, and Jesus said, isn't it written in your law that ye are gods? And so we're created in the image and likeness of God, and if God is, I am. I am. I am. That each and every one of us claims the I amness. Were we able to get that piece? No.
I'm afraid we can't play the clip.
Do you know the number? 'Cause Russ was able to play the...
Tell me what it is, and I can find it.
It's the Moses Code on
YouTube. And it was 420
452.
to 452. 420 to 452?
452 to 620.
Okay. The math professor's got it. I'm like, but this is really good. What I wanted to share this piece from the Moses Code. It's the lesson that Walsh, what he wrote
the conversation.
Yes, the conversations with God. The exercise that he used in uplifting his consciousness with this. I think it's really good. I don't think I could regurgitate it so that it's it's good. I mean, I've got the idea if we can't find it, but it's a nice exercise, and I wanted to go from here into a little bit of meditation with this piece. But while they're looking for that, I just want to reiterate about the words that we're producing for ourselves. Okay,
we got it.
We got it? Okay, the words that we're producing for ourselves and the manna that we're reaping, that we're feasting in. Right? The manna that we're feasting in from the words that we choose. Okay, Russ, thank you.
I thought the world is I am. Then one day a spiritual teacher said to me, I want you to change your life in 24 hours. I want you to walk down the street for 60 minutes today, and I want you to look at everything you see, and I want you to identify personally with that, whatever it is, the grass, the flowers, other people, the wino, the rich person driving by, the chauffeur-driven Cadillac, whatever it is. Just look at it and say, I am that. So I did that. I walked down the street, I was with a friend. I was saying in my mind, I am that, I am that, I am that. Whatever I looked at, if I saw violence on a TV screen, I am that. If I saw something beautiful happening in the park between a mother and a daughter, I am that. I was just saying that to myself. And a lot of myself to identify with all that is. And the friend that I was with looked at me and said, what are you doing? I said, oh, I'm just saying I am that. She said to me, you're not that. Not that, you're you. I said, no, I am that. You don't understand, I really am that. She said, no, you're you. You're really messed up in your head. I said, listen to me, I am that. I am. And then I said, oh my God, did you hear what I just said? I just said, I am that. I am. The great name of God, I am that I am, has been misunderstood from the beginning of time. It's to be God's simple way, God's very human way of saying an enormous truth. I am that. I am.
This is the presence of God saying, I am that. Everywhere you see, you...
So that's an exercise for us to take. And while we're in this room, if we could just look around and make eye contact with each other and claim, I am that. I am that. Then we just claim that. And I know that as we leave this service today and we go about our lives, that as we remember each other and the smiles that we have gotten from each other right now, and as we look around the world, and I say around the world because they're the world that we're in, and if we happen to catch the glimpse of the news or, some article that may rattle us a little bit or give us a little bit of whatever it may be, I am that.
They did talk about looking at the negative things too. Debbie Ford was on this video and she wrote, about the shadow a lot. And she said there's still a gift in the dark places. And then just looking on it with new eyes, and I am that. I am. But holding us all in the oneness.
Yes.
So.
And compassion for
And compassion, yes.
Yes, and I'm glad you used that word, because that's really important, where when we look at someone and we're not seeing them with compassionate eyes, where am I not seeing myself with compassionate eyes?
Sure.
Right? Where am I not seeing myself? And once I could move those layers of not being compassionate with myself, where I'm judging myself, where I'm holding on to something that needs to come out of the closet, shine some light in that stuff, clear that clutter, and we transform the world. And I want to just share this, that Thomas Troward mentions both Moses and Jesus. He claimed the people of the I am. And I claim that we are the people of the I am. In that connectiveness, that divine connectiveness that we are. And so with that, let's just take a quick glance around the room one more time, just really quick, just so we see each other. I am. Yes. Okay, so, and I am that, this building. This is, right? Everything.
Oh, God bumps, as you say. This place that we hold so dearly, and we've kept, yes.
Yes. Yes. And so with that, I just say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sometimes all I could say is thank you, thank you, thank you, and just keep on saying thank you. As the God bumps surge, I know this divine connectiveness that we are is fully present, but it's fully present in my awareness, for it is always present. And I invite each and every one of us to just really be in that place of awareness, of I am that. to fully tap into the I am. Just breathing that in. And if something creeps in your mind that isn't something you want to hold on to, just exhale it out. And even move your hand with it. Move your hand with it, exhaling it out. Knowing that we are transformed, transmuted, and transcending. Ourselves individually, each other, our community, our city, our state, our country, our continent, our world. And as we recognize the I am, that we recognize love. Some are hurting, and it may not seem like love. But we claim the I am. God being the principle of love, the I am in every form. Oh, I say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I let it fly. And I know that we are transformed, transmuted, and transcending. And I say thank you, thank you. And if you'll anchor it with me and sing, and so it is.
So it is.